Welcome, dear listener, to a story woven from myth, mystery, and eternal light. Tonight, we walk beside Athena, the goddess of wisdom and vision. Her journey begins not with war or conquest, but with a whisper of prophecy. Somewhere beyond the seas, there lies the throne of light, waiting in silence. It is not a throne of gold nor of stone, but of pure, radiant energy. Legends say it grants clarity, harmony, and truth to the one who finds it. But the path is not marked on maps, nor written in scrolls. It lives in the heart of seekers, revealed only through courage and insight. Close your eyes, if you wish, and let your mind drift into the ancient world. A world where gods walk among mortals, shaping dreams and destinies. Where wisdom is not a weapon, but a lantern guiding through shadows. Athena stands at the edge of this world, her gaze fixed on the horizon. The dawn rises, painting the sky with silver and fire. She breathes deeply, sensing the call of something greater than herself. The journey will test not her strength, but her spirit. And so begins the tale of Athena and the throne of light. The oracle spoke in hushed tones, her words like threads weaving into the air of the temple. Her voice trembled not with fear, but with the weight of a message older than memory. Athena stood still, her gray eyes calm, listening to every syllable echo across marble walls. The flames in the braziers flickered, as if stirred by the breath of unseen winds. The oracle said a throne lies beyond the known seas, hidden in silence and brilliance. It is called the throne of light, a seat not of rule, but of clarity and harmony. No king or conqueror may claim it, for it opens only to a seeker of wisdom. Athena felt the words strike like a bell ringing within her spirit. She was no stranger to prophecy, yet this one felt different, like a call written in her soul. The oracle's eyes shone with a glow, as if she gazed at something far beyond sight. She spoke of a path that could not be drawn, but must be walked with courage. She warned of illusions that would test truth, and shadows that would test light. The goddess of wisdom did not bow to fear, but she paused, considering the weight. The throne of light was not a crown to be worn, but a truth to be embraced. Athena looked beyond the temple doors, where dawn shimmered upon distant hills. The whisper of prophecy followed her like a gentle thread of music. It spoke not of victory, nor of triumph, but of balance, vision, and guidance. She walked into the morning air, her steps soft upon the stone of the sacred path. The olive trees swayed gently, their silver leaves catching the glow of the rising sun. Birdsong lifted through the branches, carrying a quiet joy into the still air. Athena closed her eyes and listened, as if nature itself answered the oracle's words. She felt the rhythm of the world, the pulse of the earth beneath her feet. All signs pointed forward, toward seas that shone with promise and uncertainty. She knew the journey would not be easy, yet difficulty was never her enemy. For wisdom is not born from ease, but from patience, vision, and unshaken heart. The path to the throne of light began not with maps, but with intention. And so Athena breathed deeply, placing her hand upon her spear, not as weapon, but as guide. The silver owl, her faithful companion, circled once above the temple. Its wings glimmered in the morning rays, then settled on her shoulder in silence. Athena whispered softly, her words meant for no one but the listening air. If the light is truth, then truth will guide me. If the throne is real, I will find it. Her voice carried steady, calm, as though the earth itself leaned closer to hear. The oracle remained in the temple, her figure hidden in shadows of flame. Yet even she smiled faintly. knowing the prophecy had found its rightful bearer. Athena walked toward the horizon, her figure outlined in the gold of dawn. Each step was measured, graceful, but filled with the weight of unseen promise. The city behind her stirred with life, but she did not turn, for her path was set. The whisper of prophecy lingered, now a rhythm in her mind, a melody of purpose. Her heart was steady, her vision clear, her will stronger than stone. And so began the first steps of Athena's search for the throne of light. Not for power, not for glory, but for wisdom, balance, and the harmony of all. The oracle's words remained, a lantern in the quiet chambers of her mind. A throne not to rule, but to guide. A light not to blind, but to reveal. Athena carried these words as seeds within her spirit, waiting to bloom in time. The dawn stretched across the earth, brightening seas that shimmered with silver glow. And with every step, the prophecy breathed, alive in the goddess who walked forward. Athena walked for many days, her steps guided by the gentle rhythm of prophecy. The horizon stretched wide, and the air shimmered with the promise of something unseen. Her journey brought her to a place where silver towers glowed under the moonlight. It was the city of silver owls, a place where wisdom was guarded in silence. The streets were calm, paved with white stone that reflected the stars above. Owls sat upon rooftops, their golden eyes watching with quiet, endless patience. They were not ordinary creatures, but sacred keepers of truth and memory. Every wing beat seemed to stir the air with whispers of forgotten knowledge. Athena entered through a great arch, carved with patterns of wings and flame. The citizens bowed softly, not in fear, but in respect for the goddess of wisdom. Their voices were gentle, carrying greetings like songs drifting in twilight air. The city glowed not with fire, but with silver lanterns shaped like feathers. Light spilled across the streets, shimmering as if woven from the threads of stars. Athena felt calm, her heart steady as the city welcomed her presence. A child approached, holding an owl feather glowing with soft light. He placed it in Athena's hand, saying, "The path begins where dawn meets the sea." His words rang clear, like a bell that echoed beyond stone and time. Athena nodded, for she knew children often spoke with voices of truth. The elders gathered in the square, their robes glimmering like moonlit rivers. They spoke of the throne of light, a legend sung through many generations. They said the throne rests beyond seas no map dares to name. Only the seeker who carries both silence and courage may find the way. Athena listened, her gaze calm, her mind weaving meaning into their words. She knew wisdom was not handed freely, but revealed through signs and choices. The owls circled above the square, their wings scattering silver dust in the air. Their flight formed patterns that seemed almost like stars rearranging in the night. Athena raised her eyes, reading the silent message carried in their movement. The patterns pointed east, where dawn would soon rise upon the sea. The city fell into stillness, as though awaiting her decision. Athena placed the glowing feather in her cloak, close to her heart. She thanked the people for their guidance, her voice steady and warm. The elders bowed once more, whispering blessings that drifted like wind. The child smiled, as though he had given her not a feather, but a key. Athena turned toward the gates, her silver owl companion soaring above her. The night air felt alive, carrying the fragrance of olive groves and salt from distant shores. The city of silver owls remained behind her, but its wisdom walked beside her spirit. Every step echoed with the knowledge that her path was true and unshaken. The prophecy had grown roots, anchoring itself deeper into her heart. Athena did not rush, for she knew wisdom blooms with patience, not haste. The sea waited, vast and endless, where the sun would soon awaken. Her journey was not of conquest, but of light, truth, and inner clarity. The owl's silent eyes lingered in her mind, guiding her through the night. She understood now that the throne of light was not hidden by distance alone. It was veiled by choices, honesty, and the courage to seek without desire of power. The stars above glittered, forming a path of their own across the heavens. Athena walked beneath them, her shadow long upon the silver road. The city grew faint in the distance, but its wisdom burned bright within her. The child's words echoed once more, soft and certain as dawn's first promise. The path begins where dawn meets the sea. Athena lifted her eyes to the horizon, where darkness would soon yield to light. The journey called her forward, steady, unbroken, radiant with purpose. And so the goddess of wisdom walked on, carrying the silver feather toward the waiting sea. Athena reached the shore as dawn spread gold across the horizon. The sea before her was calm, wide, and glimmering like polished glass. Its surface mirrored the sky so perfectly that sea and heavens became one. This was the ocean of mirrors, a place whispered of only in legend. Fishermen spoke of it as a realm where truth hides in reflection. Sailors feared it, for its waters revealed not storms, but the soul. Athena stood at the edge, her silver owl perched steady upon her shoulder. The waves rolled gently, yet no sound echoed except her own heartbeat. She placed her hand upon the water, and it rippled like liquid crystal. Within its depth she saw not fish nor coral, but fragments of memory. Visions of mortals appeared, faces filled with hope, sorrow, laughter, and wonder. Athena breathed calmly, for she understood the sea revealed the essence of humankind. A small boat, woven from reeds of silver light, appeared upon the shore. No oars, no sails, only stillness, waiting for her to step within. She entered without hesitation, her heart steady as the vessel moved forward. The boat glided across the mirrored sea, leaving no ripple behind. Above her, clouds drifted, reflected below in endless perfection. It felt as though she sailed between two skies, suspended in eternity. Then came the voices, soft and melodic, rising from beneath the waves. They were not human voices, but songs woven from pure harmony. The language was unknown, yet Athena understood it without effort. The beings spoke of light, of guidance, of paths only truth could reveal. Shapes formed beneath the surface, glowing with gentle radiance. They were not creatures of flesh, but living notes of music. Each sang a fragment of wisdom, each tone a thread of eternal knowledge. Athena listened, letting the melody enter her spirit like flowing water. The silver owl lifted its wings, answering the song with a low cry. Its voice merged with the music, and the sea brightened in shimmering waves. The boat carried her deeper, where reflections became brighter and sharper. Athena saw her own image across the water, yet it shifted strangely. At times, she looked older, at times younger, at times as a child. Each reflection carried a truth of who she was, who she had been. She did not flinch, for wisdom means embracing all forms of the self. The beings beneath the sea sang louder, as though testing her heart. They showed her visions of power, crowns of gold, and cities kneeling. But Athena shook her head gently, for she did not seek dominion. They showed her visions of silence, lonely thrones and empty halls. She did not claim them either, for she knew wisdom is never alone. The sea calmed once more, its song softening into a lullaby. Athena whispered, her words steady as the horizon itself. I do not seek the throne for power, but to guide with truth. The water glowed brighter, and the path ahead revealed itself. A line of silver stretched across the sea, leading to the horizon. The boat followed it, gliding like a star across endless glass. Athena's reflection no longer shifted, but stood calm and whole. The owl hooted softly, its eyes reflecting both sky and sea. The song faded, leaving silence that was gentle, not empty. Athena felt renewed, her spirit clearer, her purpose stronger. The ocean of mirrors had tested her, and she had passed in stillness. The horizon opened wide, where dawn kissed the sea with fire. Her boat sailed onward, carrying her toward the next chapter of prophecy. And so Athena crossed the ocean of mirrors, guided not by force, but by truth. Athena's boat drifted until the horizon softened into the outline of an island. It rose from the ocean of mirrors like a dream shaping itself into form. The sand shimmered with faint light, as if starlight had fallen and never left. This was the island of forgotten dreams, a place where memories wandered freely. Legends said it held the echoes of dreams mortals had abandoned long ago. Some were bright, filled with laughter and hope, others dim with sorrow and loss. Athena stepped upon the shore, her sandals sinking softly into luminous sand. The air was gentle, filled with whispers that seemed to come from no one. She walked forward, the silver owl gliding above, its wings glowing faintly. Shapes began to gather around her, like mist taking the form of memories. She saw a girl chasing butterflies, her laughter ringing but fading too soon. Then an old man painting a canvas he would never finish in waking life. Dreams once cherished but forgotten lived here, drifting like smoke, yet breathing like fire. They circled Athena, curious, not hostile, glowing with hues of longing and joy. Each dream carried the warmth of a life once lived, a heart once yearning. Athena watched in silence, her gaze calm, her spirit open to their presence. The dreams whispered, not in words, but in feelings that touched her soul. She felt the ache of lost hopes, but also the beauty of their existence. For even forgotten dreams hold meaning, even when no one remembers them. Athena reached a glade where light gathered like water flowing from the sky. There, a great tree stood tall, its leaves shining with fragments of color. Each leaf carried a dream, trembling softly in the breeze of eternity. The tree spoke without voice, its presence strong, ancient, and filled with memory. To pass, the silence said, "You must choose one dream to carry onward." Athena's eyes moved across the branches, watching countless dreams fluttering gently. Some called with promises of power, kingdoms, and endless glory. Others whispered of peace, music, laughter shared under warm hearthlight. She did not hurry, for haste is the enemy of wisdom. Her hand hovered over many branches, yet her spirit told her to wait. At last she saw it. A dream small, glowing faintly, almost overlooked. It was the dream of a child who once wished to bring light to others. Not a crown, not riches, but the simple hope of sharing kindness. Athena touched the leaf, and it fell softly into her hand. The glow warmed her palm, and the dream whispered its gentle vow. "I will shine where there is shadow. I will guide where there is doubt." Athena closed her fingers, and the dream became a radiant seed of light. The tree shimmered, its branches sighing as if relieved by her choice. The forgotten dreams around her bowed, their glow fading into the air. The ground trembled softly, not in threat, but in blessing. A path of silver light stretched across the island, leading back to her boat. Athena walked calmly, holding the dream close to her heart. The silver owl perched upon her shoulder, its eyes reflecting her quiet strength. She understood then. Wisdom is not only in knowledge, but in cherishing hope. Even the smallest dream, forgotten by the world, carries power beyond measure. As she reached the shore, the boat shimmered, waiting to carry her onward. The island grew silent once more, its dreams returning to rest among the stars. Athena stepped into the vessel, the dream seed still glowing in her hand. The ocean accepted her once again, carrying her toward the unseen horizon. Behind her, the island of forgotten dreams faded into mist and memory. Ahead lay the next trial, but her heart now carried the hope of a child. And so Athena sailed on, guided not only by wisdom, but by the light of forgotten dreams. The ocean stretched endlessly, yet Athena felt the dream seed glowing warmly within her hand. It pulsed gently, not with urgency, but with the rhythm of quiet assurance. The silver owl circled overhead, its wings shimmering in patterns of starlight. Soon, the horizon revealed an island unlike any she had seen before. Its shores were dark, not with shadow, but with polished stone reflecting light. This was the Isle of Echoes, a place where voices of the past still lingered. As Athena stepped onto the stone, her sandals clicked softly, echoing in every direction. The air hummed faintly, carrying whispers that repeated her every breath and step. But these were not simple echoes. They were threads of memory woven in sound. She walked forward, and the voices shifted, whispering fragments of ancient tale. The words came not from mortals, but from gods who had walked here before. Some voices were stern, heavy with warning, others tender with gentle remembrance. Athena paused, listening, and realized the island itself was a living memory. Every sound, every silence, was part of an eternal chorus of wisdom. A great hall appeared ahead, carved from stone yet glowing with inner light. Its pillars rose high, etched with runes that shimmered faintly as she approached. The doors opened without touch, as though welcoming her presence with reverence. Inside, the chamber was vast, filled with mirrors that were not of glass. Each surface shimmered with reflections, not of her body, but of her spirit. In one, she saw herself as a child, curious, innocent, and eager to learn. In another, a woman, strong yet burdened by choices that shaped destinies. Each reflection whispered softly, telling truths she often kept hidden within. Athena touched a mirror, and the surface rippled like water in the moonlight. A voice rose, deep and ancient, filling the hall with timeless weight. Wisdom is not without cost. To see clearly is to carry all truths. Athena bowed her head, acknowledging the weight of what she sought. The mirrors shifted, revealing not her alone, but echoes of countless others. Heroes who had once stood here, searching for answers, their spirits flickering faintly. Some had turned away, unable to face the truths within themselves. Others had embraced their reflections, carrying forward with clarity and resolve. The voice spoke again, softer this time, like a father guiding a child. To find the throne of light, you must accept your own echoes fully. Athena breathed deeply, letting the mirrors show her joys and her regrets. She saw moments of triumph, but also times of pride that clouded her heart. She saw times she chose silence, where words might have healed another's soul. She did not turn away, for true wisdom grows only from truth accepted. The silver owl landed upon her shoulder, its eyes reflecting her mirrored selves. Athena whispered, not to the owl, but to herself, "I will carry them all." The mirrors brightened, glowing like dawn breaking within the chamber. The voice spoke once more, its tone now filled with gentle approval. You have seen. You have listened. You have accepted. Step forward, child of wisdom. A doorway of light opened at the far end of the hall, radiant and calm. Athena walked toward it, the dream seed still glowing steadily in her hand. The whispers softened, no longer burdens, but companions walking with her spirit. As she stepped through the doorway, the echoes did not fade. They followed. They became a chorus within her, reminding her that wisdom carries memory. The Isle of Echoes slowly disappeared behind her as the boat drifted once more. Athena sat quietly, the silver owl watching her with patient, knowing eyes. The journey was far from over, yet her spirit had grown steadier, for she now carried not only the hope of forgotten dreams, but the echoes of truth. And in the silence of the sea, those echoes sang softly within her heart. The sea was calm, yet beneath its stillness lay a current that seemed to guide Athena forward. Her small boat drifted as if pulled by unseen hands, carrying her deeper into mystery. The silver owl perched quietly, watching the horizon with eyes that shimmered like moons. Soon, land appeared again, not an island, but a towering circle of cliffs. They rose high, their faces carved with spirals that glowed faintly in shifting colors. Athena knew she had reached the Valley of Whispers, where the winds themselves spoke. The cliffs opened to reveal a hidden passage, narrow yet welcoming in its silence. She stepped ashore, her sandals meeting stone that hummed with faint vibrations. Every breath of wind carried sound, yet no voice could be traced. It was as though the air itself remembered words from long ago. Athena entered the valley, her steps echoing softly against the glowing walls. The whispers grew clearer, forming threads of voices that wove into melodies. They were not words of command, but fragments of guidance, woven into wind. Some told of choices made, others warned of paths that vanished into nothing. The silver owl spread its wings, and even they stirred whispers from the air. Athena listened closely, her mind open, her heart steady, her spirit attentive. The valley was a place where mortals once came to seek guidance from the winds. Here their questions lingered, and their voices became part of the eternal current. Athena paused at a pool of water, still as glass, reflecting both sky and stone. The whispers circled the pool, forming a spiral that reached toward the heavens. She knelt beside it, the dream seed glowing gently in her palm once more. Its light blended with the spirals, sending ripples across the reflection of the sky. Then the voices grew stronger, as if recognizing the seed she carried. They formed a single question, rising from 1,000 echoes, clear and direct. Goddess of wisdom, do you seek truth for yourself or for all others? The question settled deep within her, not demanding, but waiting patiently. Athena closed her eyes, her thoughts drifting through the lives she had touched. She remembered mortals who prayed not for power, but for hope and guidance. She remembered heroes who sought courage, mothers who wished safety for children. She remembered her own doubts, the weight of being both divine and bound to care. The answer came not from pride, but from the quiet of her soul. I seek truth not for myself alone, but for all who walk in shadow. Her voice echoed through the valley, merging with the spirals of sound. The cliffs trembled, glowing brighter, as if the valley itself exhaled in relief. The whispers shifted, no longer fragmented, but united in harmony and light. They rose as a song, weaving around Athena, lifting her spirit gently. The pool of water shimmered, revealing not her reflection, but a vision beyond. She saw the throne of light, distant yet radiant, resting atop unseen heights. Its brilliance was not blinding, but calm, filled with clarity and gentle peace. The vision faded, but the warmth remained, settling in her heart like dawn. The silver owl hooted softly, as if affirming her choice and her path. Athena stood, the pool now calm, the whispers now a gentle hum. She knew the valley had tested her intent, and she had spoken truth. The cliffs parted once more, opening a pathway back toward the waiting sea. Athena stepped into her boat, carrying the harmony of whispers within her. The journey pressed onward, the horizon wide, yet no longer filled with doubt. For she now held within her the dream of hope, the echoes of truth, and the song of intent. And as the boat drifted forward, the winds followed, singing softly at her back. The sea carried Athena onward, the horizon stretching vast and endless before her eyes. The silver owl flew above, its wings tracing lines of light across the sky. For a time, silence ruled, broken only by the rhythm of water against wood. But soon the air shifted, carrying the scent of earth and blossoms unknown. A new land rose before her, green and radiant, covered in endless gardens. This was the grove of eternal blossoms, a place where time itself bloomed. Athena stepped ashore, her feet sinking into soft grass that glowed faintly. The grove was filled with trees bearing flowers of every color and hue. Some blossoms glimmered like stars, others shimmered like drops of golden dawn. The air was rich, not heavy, carrying the fragrance of growth and renewal. As Athena walked deeper, she noticed something strange yet wondrous about the place. Every flower opened and closed in rhythm, as if breathing with one soul. It was not a simple garden, but a living heart of memory and time. The silver owl perched upon a branch, gazing at her with steady calm. Then the flowers began to stir, their petals trembling as if awakened. From within their glow, voices emerged, gentle as streams running over stone. Welcome, seeker. Here you will learn what must be cherished to endure. The blossoms swayed in harmony, forming a path deeper into the grove. Athena followed, her spirit curious, her mind listening, her heart attentive. She came upon a clearing where a single great tree stood tall and luminous. Its trunk shimmered as if woven of silver threads, its blossoms glowing softly. Around it, petals drifted like snow, yet none touched the ground below. The tree spoke, not in words, but in feelings that entered her soul. You carry hope, you carry truth, you carry intent. Yet one more remains. Athena bowed her head, sensing the gravity of what the grove required. Wisdom endures not in strength nor vision, but in the roots of compassion. As the words settled, 1,000 blossoms opened, releasing radiant light together. Athena felt their warmth flow through her, touching memories she held close. She saw moments when kindness had healed more than any victory ever could. She saw times when gentle words opened doors strength alone could never move. Compassion, the blossoms whispered, is the soil where wisdom plants its seeds. Without it, knowledge withers, truth hardens, and hope fades into silence. The silver owl ruffled its feathers, as if to affirm their gentle song. Athena reached out, and a blossom drifted into her palm, glowing faintly. It pulsed softly, as if alive, carrying within it the heart of compassion. The great tree's branches lowered, encircling her in a quiet blessing. Take this gift, goddess of wisdom, and carry it where shadows dwell. Athena pressed the blossom to her heart, and it dissolved into pure light. The dream seed in her hand glowed brighter, merging with the power of compassion. Her spirit felt steadier, her path clearer, her resolve filled with warmth. The grove shimmered, petals swirling around her, guiding her back to the shore. The silver owl took flight, leading her once more to the waiting boat. Athena turned for a final glance, the blossoms swaying as if in farewell. The grove whispered one last time, "Carry compassion, and you will never walk alone." She stepped into her boat, the sea greeting her with gentle waves once more. The horizon called her forward, yet now her spirit carried a deeper glow. For she held within her not only dreams, truth, and intent, but compassion eternal. And with each breath of wind, the memory of blossoms lingered, guiding her soul onward. The boat drifted onward, carried by currents that seemed to know their destination. The silver owl circled above, its wings cutting through the mist like guiding stars. Athena sat in stillness, her hand resting on the glowing seed within her robe. Each breath carried whispers of compassion, still warm from the grove of blossoms. But now the air grew cooler, sharper, filled with echoes that lingered and returned. The sea grew narrow, framed by cliffs of dark stone, rising like silent guardians. At their summit, faint lights shimmered, moving as if guided by unseen hands. The boat entered a cavern carved into the cliffs, vast and echoing with memory. The walls glowed faintly, not with fire, but with echoes of voices long past. Each sound carried weight, like truths unspoken, reverberating through stone and air alike. Athena stood, her gaze steady, her heart open to what the cavern concealed. The silver owl perched at the bow, silent, its eyes reflecting countless unseen lights. From the shadows, figures emerged, not of flesh, but woven from memory itself. They shimmered like reflections in water, clear yet fragile, near yet untouchable. One stepped forward, a figure bearing a staff of light and a calm presence. Its voice was soft, yet filled the cavern as though every stone could hear. Seeker of wisdom, bearer of seeds, you now walk within the hall of echoes. Athena inclined her head, her voice steady though her spirit felt their weight. What truth must I find here, among the whispers of those long gone? The figure raised its staff, and the cavern walls began to shimmer with images. Scenes unfolded, moments of courage, of failure, of choices both great and small. Athena saw kings who chose pride and lost their kingdoms in silence. She saw farmers who gave freely and kept communities alive in famine. She saw children, their laughter carrying hope beyond the reach of despair. Every image lingered, then dissolved into mist, replaced by another truth revealed. The Sawa voice spoke again, steady as the tide, gentle as falling rain. Wisdom is not held in memory, but in the lessons memory leaves behind. Athena listened, each word sinking deeper than stone, striking her inner flame. The echoes began to shift, showing her moments from her own immortal life. She saw mortals who prayed to her not for war, but for guidance. She saw times she chose silence, when words might have healed or helped. She saw kindness returned, wisdom shared, and truth misunderstood or ignored. Each vision weighed upon her, not as burden, but as call to awareness. The silver owl stirred, its wings spreading, scattering faint sparks of light. The figure continued, "To sit upon the throne of light, you must carry memory. Not as chains of sorrow, nor as crowns of pride, but as lanterns of truth." Athena closed her eyes, breathing deeply, letting memory weave into compassion. She felt the seed within her robe pulse softly, as if absorbing each echo. The cavern glowed brighter, every wall shimmering with the lives of those remembered. Athena raised her hand, and light gathered, swirling into the seed she carried. It grew warmer, brighter, infused now with the gift of remembrance. The figure bowed, its form dissolving like mist returning to the sea. The echoes softened, becoming a gentle hum, no longer heavy but harmonious. Athena whispered, her words echoing gently. I will remember, not to hold, but to guide. The cavern opened ahead, revealing the horizon bathed in quiet silver light. The boat moved forward once more, carrying her toward the next part of her path. The silver owl soared high, calling once before fading into the sky. Athena stood at the bow, her spirit steadier, her heart carrying memory's flame. The sea stretched wide, the dawn waiting, the journey calling her onward again. The sea widened once more, no longer bound by cliffs, but open and endless. Athena stood at the bow, her gaze steady, her spirit carrying memory's flame. The silver owl soared high, gliding in circles, watching the path from above. The air shifted again, warmer now, filled with golden light spilling from the horizon. She felt the seed within her robe glowing, pulsing as if eager for the next step. Far ahead, an island rose from the sea, bright and radiant, crowned in sunlight. Its shores gleamed white, not of sand, but of crystal shimmering like frozen starlight. The boat approached slowly, as if the waters themselves bowed to the island's presence. Athena stepped ashore, greeted by warmth that felt both foreign and familiar at once. The island was silent, yet filled with energy, like a heartbeat beneath her feet. Paths unfolded across the crystal plain, each glowing faintly, guiding her toward the center. The silver owl landed beside her, silent, its eyes reflecting golden fire. Athena followed the glowing paths until she reached a wide, radiant amphitheater. There, figures awaited, neither mortal nor divine, but guardians of radiant truth. Their forms shimmered like prisms, their faces shifting, reflecting countless colors of light. One stepped forward, its voice clear as a bell yet soft as falling rain. Seeker, you carry dreams, intent, compassion, and memory. Yet one gift still waits. Athena inclined her head, her voice calm though curiosity stirred within her. What more must I hold to reach the throne of light? The guardian raised its hands, and light poured across the amphitheater in waves. Images formed within the light, not of past nor present, but of countless possible futures. Athena saw kingdoms rising in peace, their people guided by wisdom and care. She saw voices lifted in harmony, building bridges instead of walls. But she also saw shadows, worlds where fear silenced truth and wisdom was forgotten. Every vision shimmered before her, fragile yet powerful, like threads of an unwoven tapestry. The guardian spoke again, its tone both gentle and firm. The last gift is vision, not of sight alone, but of the future that might be. To carry light is to see beyond what is, into what may yet come. Athena's eyes softened, her spirit recognizing the weight of what was asked. She stepped into the center of the amphitheater, the light gathering around her. The visions shifted, now showing her path, choices she might face ahead. She saw herself turning away, leaving the journey incomplete, the throne abandoned. She saw herself reaching the throne, yet holding the light too tightly, dimming it. She saw herself sharing the throne's glow, letting it ripple across the world. Each image pressed upon her, demanding reflection, not with fear, but with awareness. The silver owl called once, its wings scattering sparks across the glowing visions. Athena breathed deeply, allowing the possibilities to pass through her spirit. She whispered, steady, I will walk forward, not with certainty, but with faith. The light wrapped around her, sinking into the seed she carried. It glowed brighter than before, radiant with the gift of vision. The guardians bowed, their forms dissolving into beams that joined the seed's glow. The amphitheater brightened, filling with warmth, then slowly faded into silence. Athena stood alone on the crystal plain, the path opening once more before her. The silver owl soared upward, its wings cutting across the golden horizon. The sea called again, waiting to carry her to the next great trial. Athena stepped toward her boat, her heart steady, her spirit glowing with new sight. The journey was not ended, but the throne felt nearer than ever before. She turned her gaze to the horizon, whispering softly, "Let light guide me forward." The sea stretched endlessly, yet Athena felt the distance between herself and the throne grow smaller. The silver owl glided above, tracing arcs of light across a sky painted with twilight hues. Her boat moved. Steadily, the waters calm, yet charged with an unseen anticipation. The seed within her robe glowed with warmth, holding dreams, intent, compassion, memory, and vision. Each gift pulsed like a heartbeat, weaving together into something greater than she yet understood. As the horizon deepened, a faint glow appeared far ahead, flickering like a star at sea. Athena's gaze fixed upon it, her heart stirring with recognition and quiet awe. The glow grew brighter, not as fire, but as threads of pure radiance flowing upward. Soon she saw it clearly, a bridge of light stretching across the waters. Its surface shimmered, woven of countless beams, fragile yet unbreakable, endless yet inviting. The boat slowed as it neared, as though bowing before the path ahead. Athena stepped forward, her sandals touching the luminous bridge with reverent caution. It did not shake nor yield, but hummed with a song older than time. The owl flew ahead, its wings scattering sparks across the radiant span. Athena followed, each step drawing her deeper into a realm beyond mortal measure. Below her, the sea glowed, reflecting stars not of the sky, but of hidden realms. The bridge seemed alive, whispering with voices too ancient for words, yet filled with meaning. Each step brought flashes of memory, not hers, but echoes of countless seekers before her. She saw mortals who once dreamed of wisdom, walking paths of hope and struggle. She saw gods who sought truth, yet faltered when light demanded humility. She saw both triumph and failure, all woven into the bridge's radiant strands. Athena paused, her breath steady, her spirit weighed yet strengthened by their presence. She whispered softly, "I walk not alone, but with all who sought before me." The bridge brightened, as if acknowledging her words, its light swelling with harmony. At its center stood a figure, radiant and still, neither god nor mortal. Its form shifted constantly, shaped of light, holding the balance of all wisdom. When it spoke, the bridge trembled like a harp string touched by divine hands. "Seeker, you stand upon the path of illumination, where all light gathers. Each gift you hold is part of the throne, but one truth remains unseen." Athena bowed her head, her voice steady though her heart quickened with expectation. "What truth must I face here, upon this bridge of eternal light?" The figure raised its hand, and the sea below transformed into a mirror. Athena looked down and saw herself, not as goddess, but as seeker, fragile and human. Her reflection showed doubt, pride, tenderness, and yearning woven together as one. The figure spoke again, its tone neither judgment nor praise, but clarity itself. Light is not possession nor gift alone. It is reflection, the union of self and all. Athena gazed at her reflection, seeing strength only because she also saw her limits. She understood that wisdom was not hers alone, but born of shared truth The seed within her robe flared, glowing brighter than ever before. It pulsed with unity, weaving all the gifts together into one radiant flame. The bridge thrummed with power, the sea below shimmering with countless reflections. Athena stepped forward, her heart steady, her spirit alight with newfound clarity. The figure bowed, dissolving into light that joined the seed's blazing glow. The bridge began to fade, its duty fulfilled, its radiance returning to the sea. Athena stood once more upon her boat, the glow of the throne brighter ahead. The silver owl circled back, landing at her side with calm and silent grace. She placed a hand over the seed, whispering, "I see now. Light is not mine, but ours." The horizon blazed with brilliance, guiding her onward to the throne itself. Her journey neared its end, yet her soul knew the light was only beginning. The sea grew brighter, glowing with golden hues as Athena neared her final destination. The silver owl circled high, its cry echoing like a blessing across the waves. Far ahead, the horizon split open, revealing a land bathed in eternal light. At its center rose the throne, shimmering as though woven from the heart of dawn. It was not stone nor gold, but radiance shaped into form, alive and eternal. Athena's boat slowed, gliding gently to the shore of this sacred realm. She stepped forward, the ground beneath her warm, pulsing with energy like a heartbeat. Every step she took sent ripples of light across the land, alive with her presence. The seed within her robe glowed fiercely, carrying every gift she had gathered. Dreams, intent, compassion, memory, and vision burned as one flame within her spirit. Athena approached the throne, its brilliance almost too great to look upon. Yet she did not shield her eyes, for the light welcomed her as kin. The silver owl perched upon the throne's arm, silent, its eyes reflecting eternity. Athena stood before it, her voice soft yet clear as the dawn. "I have walked the path, gathered the gifts, and faced the truths within myself. I come not to claim this throne, but to share its light with all who seek." The throne answered not with words, but with a surge of brilliance. Its radiance poured forth, encircling Athena in waves of warmth and harmony. The seed in her robe burst into pure light, merging with the throne itself. For a moment, she stood in silence, bathed in the union of all gifts. She felt the dreams of mortals, their hopes, fears, and endless questions. She felt the intent of countless hearts striving toward truth and meaning. She felt compassion binding lives together, unseen yet unbreakable. She felt memory carrying lessons forward, shaping futures with every remembrance. She felt vision reaching outward, carrying possibility into the unknown. And she felt reflection, the truth that light is not possession, but shared illumination. The throne glowed brighter, its form shifting until it seemed to dissolve into her. Athena closed her eyes, her spirit calm, her heart steady in its clarity. The silver owl spread its wings, scattering sparks across the radiant sky. The land sang, not with voices, but with harmony deeper than sound. Athena opened her eyes, no longer standing before the throne, but within it. She was not crowned nor exalted, but joined with light as its vessel. The throne was not hers to keep, but hers to carry onward. Its radiance pulsed outward, flowing across the seas, touching every corner of the world. Mortals felt it as hope, gentle yet strong, whispering in dreams and waking hearts. Gods felt it as balance, reminding them of humility and shared truth. The world itself felt it, like dawn breaking after endless night. Athena stepped forward, no longer bound by distance, for light walked with her. The silver owl flew above, silent guardian of her eternal journey. The throne remained, not as a seat, but as a presence in all things. Its light no longer confined, but living in memory, kindness, and vision shared. Athena whispered softly, her words carried on the wind like prayer. The throne of light is not an end, but a beginning for all. Her voice faded into the horizon, yet its truth lingered in every soul. The sea calmed, the sky glowed, and the world carried her light forward. And so the tale ends, not with finality, but with illumination unending. For wherever there is seeking, there is light. Wherever there is wisdom, there is Athena. And wherever there is compassion, truth, and vision, the throne of light shines eternal.